during a time where I was consistently shown, this is what you get, this is what you get, this is what you get. And I kept saying, no, 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 thank you. That's not it. That's not mine. Hi everyone. Welcome to my new YouTube channel where we discuss all things law of attraction, law of assumption, and manifestation mindset. I am going to be doing things a little bit differently than what I do on all of my other social media channels, on my Instagram, on my TikTok. This will be a no gatekeeping YouTube channel. I am going to give you everything I know about manifestation, everything that I've learned. I have taken courses, I have been mentored, I have read hundreds of books, I have studied the law of attraction and the law of assumption literally since 2017. So we are 9 years deep. And while I used to do one-on-one coaching and it was very expensive and I was successful at it, I've decided to do things differently. I want to give you everything that I know and everything that I have within me to help you manifest the life that you want. All I ask is that you like and subscribe to this channel so that it can get out to more people, and the people that need it will see it. That's it. That's all you have to do. Like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and tell me where you're from, because this is my first video, so I'd love to get to know you. But with all of that said, let's jump into the topic. Like I said at the beginning of this video, your 3D not showing you what you want when you're manifesting is one of the hardest things about manifesting something that you currently want. And I get it. You have done the tools, you have done the techniques, you've done the methods, you've read the books, and yet your 3D still looks like the current reality. For the sake of this video, I am going to talk about manifesting money, and I have an example for you, but this works for any area of your life. This can be love, this can be money, this can be career, success, self-love, confidence, friendships, business goals. It doesn't matter, but I'm going to talk about money just because I have an example that just happened within my life within a week or so of recording this video. And so just know when I talk about money, replace it with whatever you are manifesting. There is nothing that you can't manifest. Ignoring the 3D is where the delusional lucky girl syndrome information has come to the forefront of the conversation of manifestation. And while those are great, fun words, and I love using the word delusion, delulu, and that I'm a lucky girl, I understand why it can be hard to try to ignore the 3D. But the thing is, the 3D is nothing but your old beliefs and thoughts and actions playing out in your current reality. It means nothing about what you're currently doing. However, when you let your 3D dictate what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you're doing, and you fall back into that pattern, you will then play out more of your thoughts and beliefs that you don't want because you fell back in. You didn't wait long enough for the manifestation to come through, the love, the money, the career opportunity to come through, because you fell right back into your old beliefs and your old thoughts. So how do you ignore the 3D? I'm going to give you this example to walk you through how I ignore the 3D and how you can without it being some kind of crazy woo-woo situation. This isn't about putting your head in the sand and forgetting about it. It's just deciding that in the moment you get to have what you want. So we have an investment property. It has commercial spaces on the bottom, 3 commercial spaces on the bottom, and 4 apartments up top. This was one of my other manifestations from a couple of years ago. I wanted to do real estate investment, so that this is really exciting in and of itself. But we have been redoing this building because it is 125 years old. It was built in like 1904, I think. So it's a really old building. And with that comes insurance companies not wanting to insure you. And I get it. An old building can mean a bunch of drama, but we've updated this building and we have been trying to get quotes on it. And I decided when our new insurance was coming up, we had a policy, but it was bare bones, not really giving us the peace of mind that we wanted, because it didn't cover everything that kind of could happen with people living there, with hair salons and photography studios in the building. We needed to make sure that we were covered for our peace of mind. With that though, I wanted to make sure it was under $10,000. And that's kind of insane for the size of the property and because of what we had put in it. But I started out from the get-go telling my husband Levi, our insurance is going to be under $10,000. It's going to be under 10,000. It's going to be under 10,000. And my husband knows the way that I am, so he goes along with it. The funny thing is, about 2 months ago, one of Levi's old bosses reached out because he got into insurance. So his name's Ryan. It's fine. I'm not giving anything away from his point. Ryan reaches out and wants to quote us on like our home, our car, finds out about our investment property, and we tell him we want new insurance. So he starts to look into it, and he immediately looks into it and tells us, I can't get anyone that's interested in taking this property on. You know, they kind of like farm it out to other agencies and brokers to see who will pick it up. So Ryan starts doing that, says he can't find anybody that'll do it. I keep telling him, I'm like, it's okay, we still have about 2 months, Ryan, like you'll find somebody. And he's like, okay, sure, you know, whatever. It continues on, probably about a month out, where we're kind of starting to like figure out if we're gonna have to re-sign or like do whatever. I'm still telling Levi, it's gonna be under $10,000. We've got it. We're gonna have multiple options. And Ryan comes back and he's like, I don't have anyone yet. I'm thinking about sending it out through another broker. I'll let you know. Finally, somebody about 3 weeks out is like, we'll do it. Here's your quote. It's $12,000, almost $13,000. It was $12,900 something, $13,000. And Ryan is like pretty excited because it's $13,000. I say to Levi, I'm like, that's not ours, because ours is gonna be under 10,000. So I kind of at this point start telling Ryan, I'm like, oh, well, we'll have multiple options. There'll be multiple people that will bid on our insurance. And he's like, okay, well, it took like 6 weeks to get one, so I don't know that there's going to be multiple. But I'm like, it's fine, Ryan, keep going. You'll do it. He keeps going and ends up that not only do we have one, we have 4 options now at the end of it, about a week before we had to re-sign. With that being said, the options for the insurance were 13,000 the original. Then we had one that was at 11. Then we had one that was at like 10.5, and then we had one that was at 9 something. The one at 9 something, while under 10,000, was not a very good insurance coverage. It didn't include everything. We kind of wanted, tornado, roof, fire, like, all of those kind of things, like basically everything that you could think of. So that one's an immediate no. The thing is, obviously the others are above what I said I wanted. I am still at this point looking at those saying, it's going to come in under 10,000. I have no idea how insurance works. I have no idea. I've never worked in insurance. I am just adamant that it will come in under $10,000, and what we want will be what we want. All along the way, I have been told like, oh, I can't find anyone that will do it. Then I say, no, we're going to have multiple options. I'm not like acting like a lunatic, telling people they're a liar, getting angry when the 3D is showing me something that I don't want. I am standing in my knowing, calm, cool, collected, saying, no, this is going to happen. I have faith. Keep going. No, this kind of insurance will come through. No, we will get multiple options. With that being said, the $10,500 option was with like kind of a bigger insurance company. So it was a really good coverage, what we were looking for, while the $13,000 one was with a smaller agency or a smaller carrier. So that's why there was like a difference in pricing. So we went with the bigger one. It had good coverage. The thing was, it was still over our $10,500, limit. And there was like some extra coverage for a weird thing for like business equipment, but we don't have business equipment inside this building. And they ended up taking it off. The thing is, it was still at $10,200. I am even at this point, we are discussing it. It is the 13th. We have to sign by the 15th because that is when our old coverage is up, and we need to be sure that we're insured for the next coming year. I am still saying, looking at this, talking to Ryan on the phone, saying our coverage will be under $10,000. He comes back the next day, and the woman that was like helping send this out to get like quotes, I don't even know what she's called, she ends up waiving her fee. And because we paid in full and didn't like do any monthly installments, we got the insurance for $9,462. We got well under 10K, hit the goal, got the coverage we wanted, had multiple competing bids, had different things fall into place. A woman that I don't know waived her fee for God knows what reason. And because we were paying in full, which was something we were going to be doing regardless, because our bank doesn't allow us to roll our insurance into our mortgage. That's another small town thing, whatever, it's fine. We knew that was going to be happening, but that all came in during a time where I was consistently shown, this is what you get. This is what you get. This is what you get. And I kept saying, no, 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 thank you. That's not it. That's not mine. I'm getting blah, blah, blah. I'm getting insurance under 10K. I'm getting full coverage. I am getting run of the gamut insurance that covers everything. I am getting it under $10,000. And it happened. That is how you ignore the 3D. It is not about putting your head in the sand. It is not about causing a scene. It is not about like acting like a lunatic. I am talking to an insurance man who knows nothing about manifestation and saying, it's going to happen, Ryan. It's fine. Like, it's going to happen. Mind you, this guy's nice. He's one of my, like I said, Levi's old bosses, but I had met him a handful of times. It's not like I'm close with this guy and like he knows that I'm, you know, a woo-woo girl. Like, I am just so certain within my belief in manifestation and how I operate that it's cool, calm, and collected energy nonstop. And even when something would pop up, like when I very first saw that $13,000 bid, I immediately regulated my nervous system because I was like, oh man, like it's still a great coverage, but it's just not the price that I wanted. I immediately tapped on it. I did some breath work and I was like, no, 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 I'm getting insurance under $10,000. That is what it means to ignore the 3D. It does not mean that you have to go live on a mountaintop and meditate for 12 hours a day to get what you want. It means that even when the 3D is playing out with your old beliefs or with things that are showing up that aren't in alignment, that's not of your concern. You don't have to take care of it. I didn't have to do anything extra to hit my goal. I didn't go out and like shop around. I didn't go out for other agency insurance places. I didn't submit for quotes other places. I just kept saying, this is what I get. This is what I get. And that included down to the wire. Like I said, on the 13th is when we're getting these bids and we have to sign on the 15th. I held that belief no matter what the 3D was showing. This is how you do that when you are manifesting. I don't care if it's love, money, job, travel, career, it doesn't matter. That is how you ignore the 3D. It is simple as saying, no, that's not for me. No, I'm getting this, and moving on. And if you don't have anyone you can talk about it with, you know, like I said, I talk about it with Levi. I said, I'm fine saying it to Ryan, but if you're not at that point, you just say it to yourself. You are the universe. You are the energy incarnate of what delivers to you. You are the one that makes the decision. So when you even tell yourself, no, this is not what I want, this is what I want, the universe will make it happen. It has to. There is no other way. So when the 3D is showing you something you don't like, stand your ground. Stand in a quiet confidence of knowing that you get to have what you want. If it is not something that you can feel confident in and feel like an inner knowing that it's going to happen, regulate your nervous system. I love EFT tapping and I love breath work. I will just tap. I will go through things that are bothering me, work it through until I feel good about it. If I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm thinking about something, I will do breath work over it. Just box breathing. 4 in, hold for 4, 4 out, hold for 4. Repeat. That's why it's called a box. You can do just an inhale for 6 and an exhale for 8. You are just telling your nervous system the thoughts and feelings that I'm having about what's happening right now are not a threat to me, so I can let those go. I do not have to hold on to these limiting beliefs of, I don't get to have the love that I want. Oh, of course, I'm not going to get my dream job. You get to let that go, and your body's your subconscious mind. So when you are stressed out, calming your body, aka regulating your nervous system, is how you get your subconscious on board. And that allows you to have that quiet confidence, that inner knowing, where you get to say, no, this is what I want, and this is what I'm getting, period. And you move on. That's it. That's how you ignore your 3D, and that is how you will get everything you want. And if you want more examples, let me know. I can make more videos because I've been studying manifestation since 2017 when I discovered it for myself and when I went through kind of my own journey with it. And this is where I'm at now with it. So I understand it can feel hard and it can feel scary to ignore your 3D and not know how it's going to work out. This is how you do that. Quiet confidence, inner knowing, regulate your nervous system so that your subconscious mind is on board, and then move forward like that. All right, that's all I've got for you. Please like and subscribe so that you don't miss a video. And until then, happy manifesting.